Have you ever stopped to think about how much sugar you actually eat in a single day? It might sound like a simple question, but for people over 60, the answer could mean the difference between staying sharp and healthy or slowly losing control of your memory, your heart, and even your independence. Here's a shocking fact. A single can of soda contains about 10 teaspoons of sugar. 10. For someone in their 20s or 30s, that might just lead to a sugar rush and a few extra pounds. But for seniors, that same amount can cause dangerous spikes in blood sugar, dizziness, and even trigger long-term damage to the brain and heart. And it doesn't stop there. Sugar is everywhere, not just in cakes, cookies, or ice cream. It hides in foods that many people think are healthy: fruit-flavored yogurts, low-fat snacks, canned soups, breakfast cereals, even whole wheat bread. In fact, more than 70% of packaged foods in grocery stores contain added sugar under one name or another. Why is this such a big deal for seniors? Because after 60, the body processes sugar differently. Metabolism slows down. Insulin sensitivity weakens. The same slice of cake that once only caused a mild blood sugar spike can now send glucose levels soaring, putting stress on the heart, the brain, and every organ in between. Scientists even call sugar the silent killer, not because it strikes instantly, but because it slowly chips away at your health without you noticing until it's too late. Now, you might be thinking, well, I don't eat that much sugar. I only have my morning coffee with a spoonful, maybe a sweet snack in the afternoon. But here's the shocking truth. Most seniors consume 2 to 3 times the recommended daily amount of sugar without even realizing it. Because sugar is disguised under names like sucrose, fructose, glucose syrup, corn syrup, maltose, the list goes on. So tonight, in this video, we're going to uncover the hidden world of sugar. We'll reveal where it hides in your everyday meals. We'll explore how it quietly damages your body as you age. And most importantly, we'll share simple, practical steps you can take to cut down without feeling deprived. Because this isn't about giving up every little joy in life. It's about making sure that the sweet moments you have left are lived with energy, clarity, and health. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll understand why sugar is more dangerous for seniors than almost anyone else, and what you can do, starting today, to protect yourself and the people you love. Sugar hidden everywhere. When most people hear the word sugar, they immediately picture candy bars, ice cream cones, frosted cakes, or maybe a handful of cookies. And while those are obvious sources, the real danger comes from the sugars you don't see, the ones hiding in everyday foods that you would never suspect. Take a moment to think about your morning routine. Maybe you start the day with a bowl of cereal, a piece of toast, or a cup of flavored yogurt. Seems harmless, right? But let's break it down. That healthy bowl of cereal, it can contain anywhere from 12 to 20 grams of sugar per serving. That's already half the daily recommended amount for seniors. And that's before you've even had lunch. Even bread, something so basic that many of us grew up eating every day, often contains added sugar. Just 2 slices of whole wheat bread can carry the equivalent of 1 full teaspoon. It may not sound like much, but when you add it up, toast in the morning, a sandwich at lunch, maybe some crackers in the afternoon, you've consumed several teaspoons without ever touching a dessert. And then there are condiments, the sneaky culprits. Ketchup, barbecue sauce, salad dressings. These are some of the worst offenders. A single tablespoon of ketchup has nearly a teaspoon of sugar. If you enjoy a burger with a few generous squeezes, you've already added the sugar of a small candy bar, and you didn't even know it. Let's talk beverages. Many seniors try to avoid soda, which is great. But fruit juices, energy drinks, sweetened teas, they can be just as bad, sometimes even worse. A glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as a can of cola. And those iced tea bottles marketed as refreshing and light, some carry 30 grams of sugar in a single serving. Now here's the shocking twist. Food manufacturers know that sugar makes you crave more. They deliberately add it, even to foods that don't need to taste sweet, because it tricks your brain into wanting another bite, another sip, another purchase. That's why sugar isn't just in snacks and drinks. It's in pasta sauce, canned vegetables, flavored oatmeal, even light or low-fat products. When fat is removed, companies often replace it with sugar to keep the flavor appealing. Think about this. More than 70% of packaged foods in supermarkets contain added sugar under one label or another. and the labels can be tricky. Instead of just saying sugar, companies use names like high fructose corn syrup, evaporated cane juice, maltose, dextrose, rice syrup, and dozens more. Unless you're paying close attention, it's easy to miss them. This is why so many seniors believe they're eating healthy while still feeling tired, foggy, or achy. They don't realize that their low-fat yogurt, their healthy granola bar, or their light salad dressing is pumping sugar into their system all day long. The truth is, sugar is designed to slip under your radar. And for people over 60, when your metabolism slows and your body struggles to handle excess glucose, this hidden sugar becomes a constant threat. Imagine your body like a bucket. When you're young, that bucket is large, and it can handle extra sugar being poured in. But as you age, the bucket shrinks. The same amount of sugar that once fit comfortably now spills over, stressing your organs, spiking your blood sugar, and setting the stage for long-term health problems. So before we dive into what sugar actually does to your body, remember this: it's not just about cutting back on desserts. It's about learning where sugar hides in plain sight, recognizing its many disguises, and realizing that the foods you trust may be working against you. In the next part, we'll uncover exactly how sugar impacts your heart, your brain, and your joints after the age of 60, and why those effects are often more severe and more dangerous than most people ever realize. How sugar damages the aging body. By now, you've seen how sugar sneaks its way into everyday foods, even into meals you thought were safe. But the bigger question is, what does all this sugar actually do to your body after 60? The truth is, sugar doesn't just add a little extra weight. It's far more destructive. For seniors, every spoonful of sugar has a louder, harsher impact than it did when you were younger. Let's break it down. 1. Sugar in your heart. Your heart is like the engine of your body, and sugar is one of its worst enemies. When you eat too much sugar, it raises your triglycerides, lowers your good cholesterol, HDL, and fuels inflammation in your arteries. Over time, this stiffens and clogs your blood vessels, the perfect recipe for heart attacks and strokes. For someone in their 30s, it might take years before the damage shows up. But for someone in their 60s or 70s, the effect can be immediate. A study found that seniors who consumed high amounts of sugar had double the risk of dying from heart disease compared to those who limited their intake. Think about that. Double the risk, just from something as simple as a daily sweetened drink. 2. Sugar in your brain. Now let's move to the brain, the organ that defines who you are. Research has revealed a frightening connection between sugar and cognitive decline. Elevated blood sugar doesn't just increase your risk of diabetes, it also damages the delicate blood vessels that feed your brain. Over time, this can lead to memory loss, confusion, and even Alzheimer's disease. Some scientists now call Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes because of how strongly it's linked to blood sugar problems. Seniors who consume too much sugar are more likely to experience brain fog, slower thinking, and difficulty remembering even simple things. Imagine waking up one morning, unable to recall where you placed your glasses, what you ate yesterday, or even the name of someone you love. That's the cruel reality sugar can accelerate, and it's why cutting back is about more than just staying slim. It's about preserving your mind. 3. Sugar in your joints. If you've ever woken up with stiff knees, aching hips, or swollen hands, sugar may be partly to blame. Excess sugar triggers inflammation throughout the body, and inflammation is like rust for your joints, slowly eating away at cartilage, worsening arthritis, and making every step more painful. Many seniors think their joint pain is just a normal part of aging, but in reality, a sugary diet may be pouring fuel on the fire. Reducing sugar has been shown to lower markers of inflammation, which means less pain and better mobility over time. 4. Sugar in your immune system. Here's something most people don't realize. Sugar can actually weaken your immune system for several hours after you eat it. That means a single sugary snack could make you more vulnerable to infections, colds, or even slower wound healing. For seniors who already have a naturally weaker immune response, this can be dangerous. 5. Sugar in your energy levels. Ironically, many seniors reach for sweet foods when they feel tired, hoping for a boost. And yes, sugar gives you a quick burst of energy, but that high is followed by a crash, leaving you more exhausted than before. Over time, these constant highs and lows wear you down, leaving you in a cycle of fatigue, irritability, and restless sleep. The bottom line is this: sugar doesn't just make you gain weight. It weakens your heart, clouds your brain, inflames your joints, suppresses your immune system, and drains your energy. For people over 60, these effects happen faster and hit harder because your body's natural defenses aren't as strong as they used to be. So the next time you look at that sugary snack or drink, remember, it's not just about empty calories. It's about protecting your heart, your memory, your mobility, and your independence. And in the next part, we'll take this one step further. We'll explore the warning signs your body is already giving you that you're consuming too much sugar, signals that many seniors mistake for just aging, but are actually red flags screaming for change. Warning signs you're eating too much sugar. By now, we know that sugar damages the heart, the brain, the joints, and even the immune system. But here's the tricky part. Most people don't realize it's happening until the damage is already advanced. The body, however, gives clues, little warning signals that sugar is silently taking over. Unfortunately, many seniors mistake these signs for just getting older. Let's go through the most common red flags. 1. Constant fatigue. Do you ever feel tired all the time, even after a full night's rest? That could be sugar talking. High sugar intake causes sharp spikes in blood glucose, followed by steep crashes. This roller coaster leaves you feeling drained, sluggish, and craving another pick-me-up. Seniors who rely on sweet snacks or drinks for quick energy may find themselves caught in a cycle of exhaustion that never truly goes away. 2. Brain fog and forgetfulness. It's easy to brush off memory lapses as a normal part of aging, but frequent forgetfulness can also be a sign of sugar overload. High sugar levels disrupt the way your brain cells communicate, leading to confusion, slower thinking, and difficulty concentrating. If you often walk into a room and forget why, or struggle to focus on reading, sugar may be part of the problem. 3. Constant cravings for sweets. One of the clearest signs is when you find yourself always craving something sweet. This isn't just willpower. Sugar actually hijacks the brain's reward system, similar to how addictive substances work. The more you eat, the more you want. Seniors who give in to these cravings often end up in a loop. Sugar gives them a short burst of pleasure, then leaves them wanting more as soon as the crash hits. 4. Unexplained aches and pains. Do your knees ache more than they used to? Do your hands feel stiff in the morning? Sugar fuels inflammation, which shows up as joint pain, swelling, or muscle soreness. Many seniors assume arthritis or aging is the only cause, but cutting back on sugar often brings surprising relief to these nagging aches. 5. Skin changes and rapid aging. The skin is another place sugar leaves its mark. Excess sugar damages collagen and elastin, the proteins that keep skin firm and youthful. Seniors who eat a lot of sugar may notice more wrinkles, sagging skin, or age spots appearing faster than expected. If your skin looks older than you feel, sugar may be accelerating the process. 6. Frequent illness or slow healing. Sugar weakens the immune system, sometimes for hours after consumption. If you're catching colds often, or if cuts and scrapes take longer to heal than they used to, hidden sugar could be playing a role. For seniors, this is particularly risky since the immune system is already less efficient with age. 7. Mood swings and irritability. Ever notice feeling grumpy, anxious, or restless after eating sweets? That's your blood sugar crashing. Seniors often report feeling short-tempered or down for no clear reason. These mood swings aren't just in your head. They're biochemical reactions to sugar highs and lows. The important thing to remember is that these signs aren't simply normal aging. They're signals your body is sending, alarms that sugar is disrupting your system. The good news? These problems can often improve once sugar is reduced. Many seniors who cut back report clearer thinking, steadier energy, fewer cravings, and even better moods within just a few weeks. Think of it like this: your body has been whispering warnings all along. Fatigue, brain fog, cravings, aches, aging skin, frequent illness, mood swings. Each one is a quiet message. And together, they're telling you the same thing: too much sugar. Now that you know how to spot these red flags, the next step is to understand just how deep this problem goes. Because sugar isn't just something that makes you tired or forgetful. It's addictive, and it rewires the brain to keep you hooked. In the next part, we'll reveal the shocking truth about sugar addiction, and why breaking free isn't just about willpower, but about protecting your health and your future. The shocking truth about sugar addiction. By now, you might be thinking, if sugar is so harmful, why do I keep craving it? Why is it so hard to cut back? The answer is both surprising and unsettling. Sugar isn't just a sweetener. For the brain, it behaves more like a drug. Sugar and the brain's reward system. When you eat sugar, your brain releases dopamine, the same feel-good chemical triggered by nicotine, alcohol, or even certain narcotics. Dopamine gives you a temporary rush of pleasure, a sense of reward. But here's the catch. The more often you stimulate this reward system with sugar, the less sensitive your brain becomes. That means over time, you need more sugar to get the same level of satisfaction. What started as one cookie with tea can grow into needing 2, then 3, then something even sweeter just to feel the same joy. Addiction without realizing it. This cycle is what makes sugar addictive. Unlike cigarettes or alcohol, sugar isn't restricted. It's available everywhere, at grocery stores, in restaurants, even in hospitals. Because it's so common and socially accepted, most people don't realize they're addicted. But the brain chemistry is the same. Studies using brain scans show that sugar lights up the same regions of the brain as addictive drugs. And for seniors whose metabolism has slowed and whose tolerance is lower, the effects can be even stronger. That craving for just a little something sweet after dinner isn't simply a habit. It's the brain demanding its next fix. The senior risk. Why is this worse for people over 60? Because the older brain processes dopamine differently. Seniors often have lower dopamine levels to begin with. That means sugar can feel even more rewarding, making the craving stronger. Combine that with slower metabolism, and the result is dangerous. More sugar consumed, but less ability to handle it. Think of it this way. Your brain is playing a trick on you. It convinces you that sugar is giving you energy, happiness, and comfort. In reality, it's draining your health, stealing your focus, and quietly increasing your risk of serious illness. The domino effect of sugar addiction. Here's what often happens. A senior feels tired, reaches for something sweet for energy. Blood sugar spikes, temporary high. Blood sugar crashes, more fatigue, irritability. Brain craves another hit, another sweet snack. The cycle repeats, sometimes several times a day. Each loop strengthens the brain's dependence on sugar while weakening the body. And over weeks, months, or years, this silent addiction steals vitality and accelerates aging. Breaking free isn't just willpower. If you've ever tried cutting sugar and failed, you're not alone. Many seniors think it's a lack of discipline. But in truth, your brain is chemically wired to want more. That's why breaking free requires more than just willpower. It takes awareness, strategy, and support. The good news? Once you reduce sugar for even a short period, your brain begins to reset. Cravings weaken. Natural flavors taste sweeter. Energy becomes steadier. Many seniors describe it as waking up after years of fog. Sugar isn't just an innocent treat. It's a legal, everyday addiction, one that silently hooks millions of seniors without them ever realizing it. But knowledge is power. And once you understand the addictive nature of sugar, you can finally start to take control. In the next part, we'll shift from problem to solution. We'll explore practical strategies seniors can use to cut down sugar safely and effectively, without feeling deprived and without letting cravings take over. Safe and practical ways to cut down sugar. At this point, you might be wondering, if sugar is everywhere and even addictive, how can I possibly avoid it? The good news is, you don't have to give it up completely to see benefits. Even small, steady changes can transform your health, your energy, and even your mood. Let's walk through some proven strategies that work especially well for seniors. 1. Learn to read labels. The first step is awareness. Sugar hides under many names: sucrose, fructose, corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, cane juice, agave nectar. Food companies use these terms to make sugar less obvious. The rule of thumb? If you see anything ending in "ose" or labeled as syrup, it's sugar. Next time you shop, take a moment to scan the nutrition label. Look at the added sugars line. The American Heart Association recommends seniors limit added sugar to no more than 24 grams a day for women and 36 grams for men. You'll be shocked how quickly that number adds up. 2. Cut back gradually. Going cold turkey is tough and often leads to failure. Instead, reduce sugar step by step. If you usually take 2 spoonfuls in your morning coffee, cut it down to 1.5. The following week, reduce to 1. Over time, your taste buds adjust. What once tasted plain will begin to feel just right. 3. Swap sugary foods for healthy alternatives. Instead of soda, try sparkling water with a slice of lemon or cucumber. Instead of candy, keep a small portion of berries or apple slices on hand. Instead of sugary cereal, switch to oatmeal topped with cinnamon or a handful of nuts. These swaps satisfy cravings while delivering fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that actually nourish your body. 4. Focus on whole foods. The closer a food is to its natural state, the less hidden sugar it will contain. Fresh vegetables, whole fruits, nuts, seeds, lean proteins, these should fill most of your plate. If it comes in a box, bag, or can, chances are it has added sugar. 5. Don't forget protein and fiber. One of the best ways to tame sugar cravings is to balance your meals with protein and fiber. Protein keeps you full longer, and fiber slows the absorption of sugar, preventing spikes and crashes. For example, pairing an apple with a handful of almonds will keep your blood sugar steady compared to eating the apple alone. 6. Stay hydrated. Thirst is often mistaken for sugar cravings. Seniors, in particular, are prone to dehydration because the sense of thirst weakens with age. Drinking water throughout the day can reduce cravings and help your body process sugar more effectively. 7. Practice the 7-day reset. Here's a powerful tip. Challenge yourself to cut out added sugar for just 1 week. No soda, no desserts, no packaged snacks. At first, you'll notice strong cravings. But by day 4 or 5, most people report that their taste buds start to reset. Natural foods taste sweeter. Cravings fade. And the best part? You'll feel lighter, more energetic, and clearer in your thinking. 8. Be kind to yourself. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. If you slip up and enjoy a slice of cake at a birthday party, don't feel guilty. What matters is the overall pattern of your diet, not one single treat. The key is balance, awareness, and consistency. For seniors, cutting back on sugar is not just about weight loss. It's about protecting your memory, strengthening your heart, easing your joints, and extending your independence. Every teaspoon you avoid is a step toward a longer, healthier, more vibrant life. In the next part, we'll bring all of this together with real-life examples and inspiring stories, showing how seniors who reduced sugar transformed their energy, sleep, and mental clarity in ways they never thought possible. From tired to energized, Margaret was 67 years old and constantly exhausted. She would wake up tired, nap in the afternoon, and still feel drained by evening. Her doctor told her nothing was seriously wrong, just the effects of getting older. But Margaret noticed a pattern. She craved cookies in the afternoon, sweetened tea after dinner, and flavored yogurt every morning. On her granddaughter's advice, she decided to try a 7-day sugar reset. The first few days were tough. She felt restless and wanted sweets constantly. But by day 5, something remarkable happened. She woke up feeling rested. By the end of the week, her energy no longer crashed mid-afternoon. Within a month, she lost a few pounds without dieting, her skin looked brighter, and her family noticed she was smiling more. Margaret later said, "I thought fatigue was just aging. Turns out, it was sugar stealing my energy." David's story, clarity restored. David, age 72, had always been sharp. But over the last few years, he noticed more frequent forgetfulness. He struggled to follow conversations and sometimes misplaced things. He feared dementia was setting in. After attending a senior wellness workshop, David learned about the link between sugar and brain fog. He realized his daily habit of fruit juice, healthy granola bars, and sweetened coffee could be the culprit. He committed to cutting back gradually. 6 weeks later, David described feeling like a fog had lifted. He still forgot things occasionally, but far less often. He could read books again without losing focus, and even took up crossword puzzles. His doctor was amazed at the difference. The proof in numbers. These personal stories match what researchers have documented. Studies show seniors who reduce added sugar often report more stable energy throughout the day, clearer memory and sharper thinking, less joint pain and stiffness, better sleep quality, even improved mood and less anxiety. In one study, older adults who cut their sugar intake in half for just 2 weeks showed measurable improvements in both blood pressure and mental performance. Why these stories matter? It's easy to think, I've eaten sugar my whole life. What's the point of changing now? But the truth is, it's never too late. The human body is incredibly resilient. Seniors who cut back on sugar often feel results in a matter of days or weeks, not years. Imagine waking up with steady energy, being able to focus clearly, enjoying meals without cravings controlling you, and moving through the day with less pain. That's the gift of reducing sugar. And remember, these changes don't require perfection. Margaret didn't eliminate sugar forever. She still enjoys a slice of cake on special occasions. David still has fruit juice now and then, but far less than before. The difference is awareness and balance. So if you've ever doubted whether small changes really matter, let these stories be your proof. Cutting down sugar isn't just a health recommendation. It's a doorway to a better quality of life. In the final part of this video, we'll bring everything together. We'll recap the dangers, the warning signs, and the solutions, and I'll leave you with a powerful message about how you can reclaim control over your health starting today. We've come a long way in this journey together. And now, let's pause for a moment and reflect on what we've uncovered tonight. Sugar isn't just a harmless sweetener. It's a silent force that hides in our food, slips into our daily routines, and slowly chips away at our health. For seniors, its effects are magnified. It strains the heart, doubling the risk of heart disease and strokes. It clouds the brain, fueling forgetfulness and even Alzheimer's. It inflames the joints, making everyday movement more painful. It weakens the immune system, leaving you vulnerable. And it tricks the mind into craving more, creating a cycle that steals your energy and independence. But we've also learned something hopeful. This cycle can be broken. You don't need to give up every sweet treat forever. You don't need to live in fear of food. What you do need is awareness, the power to recognize sugar where it hides, and the courage to take small, steady steps toward balance. Remember Margaret, who regained her energy after cutting sugar for a week. Remember David, who cleared his brain fog by changing his morning habits. These aren't distant, extraordinary cases. They're ordinary seniors, just like you, who made a choice. And you can too. Imagine this future. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You wake up in the morning, rested and clear-headed. You make your breakfast without reaching for the sugar jar. Your body feels lighter, your joints less stiff, your mind sharper. You walk through your day without the constant tug of cravings. In the evening, you share a meal with family, not worrying about hidden sugars, but feeling proud that you're nourishing your body. This future isn't a fantasy. It can begin with the choices you make tomorrow or even tonight. Your first step: start small. Pick one thing to change. Maybe it's replacing soda with sparkling water. Maybe it's having the sugar in your coffee. Maybe it's trying a week without packaged snacks. Whatever it is, let it be your first victory. Celebrate it, and then build from there. Because every teaspoon you cut out is not just less sugar. It's more years of clarity, more days of energy, more moments with the people you love. A message of empowerment. It's easy to feel that aging means losing control, but the truth is, you still hold tremendous power over your health. The food you choose, the sugar you refuse. These are acts of self-care that ripple through every part of your life. Sugar may be addictive, but you are stronger than your cravings. And every step you take away from sugar is a step back toward freedom. Freedom from fatigue, freedom from pain, freedom from fog, freedom to live fully. Final words. So, as we close tonight's journey, remember this: sugar is sweet, but life is sweeter. Protect your heart, guard your mind, ease your joints, and treasure your years. You deserve to live them with clarity, joy, and vitality. Thank you for spending this time with me tonight. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, a family member, someone you love. Because too many seniors are still trapped in the cycle of sugar, unaware of the damage it's doing. And if you want more gentle, practical guides like this one, about health, aging well, and staying strong in every season of life, please consider subscribing. Together, we can build a community of seniors who aren't just living longer, but living better. So take a deep breath. Feel your body relaxing. Let the weight of sugar's grip slip from your shoulders. And step into tomorrow knowing you have the power to change. Sweet dreams, my friends, and even sweeter health.